Hello and welcome to the third video in my mini-series on running a e-commerce replatform discovery process. So the first video is about what discovery is and why it's important. The second one talked about how you plan for a discovery. Now this one is going to look at how you run an effective workshop. Typically, discovery workshops have multiple stakeholders in them. I know in some smaller businesses you might end up with a single person doing a very personal one-to-one because there's not a big stakeholder set. But in larger organisations, I've been in discovery workshops where there are 10, 12, 13 stakeholders. And that requires proper management in order to make that workshop run smoothly. And you also need to create an environment that's conducive to those people being able to sit and focus for long periods of time to give the outputs that a business analyst needs to accurately document requirements. So here are a few things that I've learned over the years that I think are good practice tips for running an effective and also interesting workshop. Because if the workshop's dull, people switch off, and you actually don't end up capturing as much quality information as you'd like. So the first thing is ensure that there is an experienced facilitator in the room. Just sticking people in a room without anybody having ownership of ensuring that the workshop goes through the process to cover the discussion points and achieve the targeted goals for it is a big fail. You need to have somebody who is able to do that. Somebody who's got good enough personal skills that they can talk to people, they can encourage people to share, they can identify if somebody's been a bit quiet and give them that little nudge to try and bring them out of the shell and get them to talk, or if somebody's dominating too much and compromising the overall output, that you subtly manage those people. It's a skill set in itself, but it really pays to have that when you've got larger stakeholder sets. The second bit is to ensure that there's an experienced business analyst in the room to document. Anybody can document requirements, but few can document them accurately and to the level of quality that will really help development teams to pick them up, process them, turn them into user stories, tasks, whatever method they're using to push down into sprint queues. So somebody who knows how to take the verbatim that comes out of a room and to accurately define a requirement, and also to document those accurately so that requirements aren't just a mess on a spreadsheet or a Word document, but they are properly ordered, they're numbered, they're easy to reference and easy to digest. The next bit is to try and make it interactive, because just sitting down for 2, 3, 4 or even more hours and just getting people to talk and getting to list requirements and discuss them can be pretty boring. So you need ways to break up the session, get people's minds working, and also to encourage them to think a bit more creatively so that they don't just focus on what they currently do and replicate it, but they're actually thinking about what the to-be vision for e-commerce is and how that should be delivered from a requirements point of view. So a couple of things that have worked quite well. One is a life cycle walkthrough. So if you have a key feature, and this could be a key feature defined by customer feedback and what they want to see improved, or data that proves that it actually contributes significantly to revenue and conversion rate. Then run through on a live site. Look at it on mobile, look at it on desktop, look at it from different use cases, from a new user, a registered user. How does it currently work? What are the current issues with it? What are the pain points? What are the user experience challenges? Are there any design flaws or any feature gaps, etc.? Have a run through. Then the next bit is you can do that overlay it with competitors. So how do our competitors do? What do they do better? What do they do worse? Do they do something differently to us? Do they have something that we don't have? Have a look at those sites and look at the requirements. Even on something as basic as doing ratings and reviews, you can quickly identify incremental functionality and features that aren't there on your site that would actually help you deliver a better user experience. These can then all be documented. It doesn't mean that they're all going to be built from day one go live, but it means that they become part of your requirements catalogue that then become prioritised. And we'll talk about prioritising requirements in the next video. After you've done any interactive sessions, any competitor analysis, another good thing is to run through business process, and it really helps someone to stand up and map this out. Just draw it on whiteboards, whatever there is, or post-it notes on a wall. Get people to talk out the current process, end-to-end flow, and then you can pull apart whether that process delivers what the business and the customer needs. If it doesn't, you can start to move post-it notes around in that sequence. You can change that business process to what it should be, because that really helps the BA to then say, okay, well, not only have we got our functional requirements, but we're underlying the business process capture here to document and explain to the development teams how the business process should work. And this can help them better to structure how they're going to code your solution. Another thing that I do find useful is to do group exercises. Now, if you've just got a 1 or 2 hour workshop, it's not always so practical or needed. But if you're running a whole day workshop, and I've been in many whole day workshops, and believe me, they can be really productive, but they can be very tiring if you're not getting up and walking around and getting yourself energized. So group exercise is quite a nice way of doing this. And a good example of this is to take a key, if you're doing a capability like product catalog management, take a key capability such as product attributes and use of project attributes to influence merchandising, like page filtering, sorting, etc. And get a group exercise where people are tasked to do a specific task. It could be, we want you to find X, Y, and Z, and we want you to go to these pages and use product filters. Tell us what you see, are the right products there, then present back for a couple of minutes and talk about what are the pain points, where are their issues. You can even do a competitor comparison as well, and say, compare our site versus competitor A. What are we good at, what are we bad at? And that then is the basis for a discussion. It says, okay, in the context of that, now let's look at the project attribute requirements under product catalog management. What do we need? What are we missing? What should be in the roadmap? It could be a nice way to provoke discussion and also get people a bit more energised, moving around the room and a bit more enthused in the day, rather than just sat there being expected to just list out a set of requirements. Hopefully that's been useful. As always, if you have any more questions on this, email me, james@digitaljuggler.com, or drop me a line through LinkedIn or Twitter, and you'll find my contact details on the website. Thanks very much.